Yesterday I told you how to map our request with the servlet, right? How to map our request with the servlet with the help of web.xml file. Web.xml is a deployment descriptor which is used to map our request with our corresponding servlet. As I told you, whenever we hit that URL, it will be mapped this URL with our servlet with the help of the web.xml file. It will execute that servlet. Right? It will execute that servlet. Till now, anyone have any issues till there? Till here, anyone have any issues? Anyone have any issues till here? Okay. Okay. Now another thing is that see what we are doing here. Simply we are mapping our request with our servlet. So how? This is our URL. URL is a main part, right? Whenever we hit the URL, our servlet is accessing that tab. Right? And we are mapping our request with our URL with the help of this web.xml file. We can also call this as a deployment descriptor. Simply we are writing here one tag, that is the servlet mapping tag. We are opening the tag and we are closing the tag here. And inside the tag we are writing again two tag, servlet name and the URL pattern. Inside the URL pattern, whatever we want URL we can write inside this one. Right? And inside the servlet name we are writing the any servlet name that whatever we want. Okay. Now whenever we hit the URL, it will look for the servlet name. So which is our servlet name here. That is the first is our servlet name. So it will look our this name, that is the first in our servlet tag. So where is the first servlet name in our servlet tag? So here is the first servlet name in our servlet tag. And it will be look for which is the corresponding class with this servlet name. Which is the corresponding class here we mentioned com.demo package.first servlet. It will become here into our Java package, that is the com.demo package. Inside that we have first servlet. Whatever we think wrote there, it will be execute that all the things. Right. Now this is quite hectic. Every time web.xml file we have to create, and every time we have to write servlet tag. Inside the servlet tag we have to write two tags, servlet name and the servlet class. Again servlet mapping tag we have to write. Inside that we have to write two tags, that is the servlet name as well as the URL pattern. It is quite hectic. If you are creating another servlet, then you have to write both the tag again. If you are creating another servlet you are creating, so again you have to create same tags per tag. That is not good, right? That is not good. Suppose I want to map our request with our servlet without web.xml, and it is possible. It is possible. Yes, it is possible. How to do that? Simply what I am doing is simple. I am deleting this web.xml file from here. Simple. I'm deleting this web.xml file from here. Delete. Okay. Now I have deleted my web.xml file. And if I run this project from here, right click on that, then run on the server. If I run this thing, okay, we are getting this thing. But if I want to access my servlet, so which URL we wrote now yesterday, that is the XYZ. If I enter this one, nothing we are getting. If I want to map our request with our servlet now, so what we are doing, so without web.xml file as well, what we will do here? Simple, we are writing one annotation here, is the web servlet. Okay? Web servlet annotation we will use, and inside the braces we will simply write here, that is the whatever URL you want. Suppose I want here the XYZ, or suppose this time I am writing here, that is the A, B and the C. Now we'll see that we'll run the code from here again, run on the server. We'll start the server. Okay. Okay, our project is working here, right? Our project is working here. Now I want to access my servlet. How we will access that? So simple, I will come here and I will write here the ABC, because ABC is my URL, right? ABC is my URL. I'm writing simple ABC here, and if I hit enter, so nothing is printing on the console. But if you come here, init is running, service is running. If I run this one again and again, so service is running. Means our servlet is executing this time. Without a web.xml file, we map our request with our servlet with the help of web servlet annotation. This is called as the annotation. Okay, this is called as the annotation. Okay, it is the predefined thing. This is the annotation we have created, and with the help of this annotation, we mapped our request with our servlet. Whenever you hit this URL, that is the ABC, directly it will become here, and instead whatever we write inside this class, it will be executed that all the things. No need to write any web.xml file. We are doing that 4 to 5 6 line code into the single annotation. Okay, in the single annotation we are writing this code. Only this one thing we have to write at that web servlet. Then we have to write double quote, and inside that we have to write this URL. If you write these things and if you hit this URL, our servlet will be accessed anytime. Okay, this is the example of how to write, how to map a request with the servlet with the help of web.xml file. Okay, so without web.xml file, if you want to map your request with your servlet, so you can use this annotation, that is the web servlet. Web servlet you have to write parenthesis open close, and inside that double quote, and inside that you have to write the URL, and if you hit the URL, our servlet will be accessed anytime. Okay, anyone have any issues till now with the help of web servlet? Anyone have any issues? Anyone have any issues? Guys, anyone have any issues? Hello? Okay. Okay, so this type we can map our request with our servlet with the help of this annotation, that is the web servlet. Now what we will do here, we'll try to create some extra thing here. Okay, we'll try to create some extra thing. What we will do here, simply I will create a form here. From that form I will create input field, that is the some username or password, and I will send that things the means I will paste that things with the help of servlet. Okay, with the help of servlet I will paste that. So how will paste that? Simply we'll try to create one form first. Okay. So what I will do is, I think many people don't know HTML. Simply I will show you whatever things I am writing here, that I will show you side by side here. What means whatever things we will do, it will be here perfect here. Okay, so I will remove this thing from here. Okay, enter. So now we have this thing only, that is why this is my first project. Now I will try to create a form here. I will write here, that is the form tag first, action and all we will write it later, and inside that what we will write, form I'm writing here. And if I save this thing, if I come here and if I refresh now, all the things will be gone. I think all things will be gone. Why? Because I write here the form. So for that what we will do, we will provide one heading here. This time what we are creating, that is the login form. So I will write simple login form. Okay. Simple I have created here login form. If I come here and if I hit refresh, this login form is created. Okay. Now what we will do here, we inside this form we will create one. We will create some form. So first I want is the first name or the username password I will create. So I will write here is the user name. Simple I'm creating a user name. Simple I'm creating username. Label and username if I write, and if I replace these things, username is coming here. Okay. Now if I want anything, so for that we want some field here, right? We want some field here. So for that what we will do, simple we will write here one input field. Inside that input field we'll write a type, that is the which type we want. What we need, what you need to write there. So I want to write a username is a text, right? So I'm writing here text. After that name also we'll write here name attribute. Inside the name I'm writing suppose user name. Anything you can write. With the help of this name only we can access these fields. Okay, if I replace these things, this field is coming here, and whatever things you want to write you can write it here. Okay. Suppose if you want this thing at downside, so for that what we will do, simple with label tag you can write to break tag here. One break tag if you write, so it will not giving that much gap. I want more gap here, so I will write here again the break tag. If I replace this thing, so save this thing, again replace this thing, so it will more gap will be come here. Okay. Now another thing is that username is done. Now I want, suppose I will not give here the break tag because it is not looking good, so I will give here only the, I will give like that only. Okay. Now suppose I want the another thing as well, there is a label I will give. I want to enter the password this time, so I will write here simple password. Okay, and save this thing. If I replace these things here, so password is coming here. Password I made a spelling mistake here. Okay, I want this password downside, so for that we'll write here break tag, because I want that things after this input tag. I will write here break tag. password is coming here. I want more gap there, so I will write again break tag. Okay, break tag for the more gap. Okay, so again password is there. Inside that we are writing anything. Okay, now password is there. So suppose if you are writing anything here, so it is visible. But if you are writing the password, that time it don't have to visible. So for that again we will write here input field, because we want to enter anything here. We want to input things, right? And after that inside the type, what we write, this time we are not writing here that is the text. This time we are writing here the password. And if I refresh these things from here, it will be again one field is there. But if I type it anything here, so it will be not showing. It is not visible because we wrote here that is type is equals to password. Okay. Now we will come here and we will write here name. Here we will write password. With the help of this name only, we will access this field. Okay. Remember, name is compulsory here. After that, again, username is done. That is the password is done. Now we want some button. For that, we have a button tag. Button tag we will write it here. And here we will write that is submit. Okay. Submit we will write it here. If I repeat these things, again it is coming side by side. I will write here again two break tag. One break tag if I write, we'll see gap is there. No gap is there. I will come here again break tag I will write. If I refresh these things from here. Now the gap is coming here. Suppose I want all the things into the center. So for that, what we will write? All the things I want to send. I want into the center. So what for that? What we will write? So we can manage this with the help of CSS as well. But inside the HTML also we have one tag here. That is the center tag. Okay. So I will here simple center tag. Okay. And inside the center tag, simple I will paste it my code, everything. And if I refresh this thing, all the things will be coming to the center. Now it is looking quite good. It is not compulsory. If you want to make it like it will do, if you want to show it in good way, it is you can do it like that. You can do with the help of CSS as well. Okay, inside that we can use username. Inside that you can use the password. All the things I told you one by one. Okay, now suppose I want to here I want to show you anything like suppose if you are notice anywhere, like if you are filling some forms here, it will be show enter username and all. So for that we have one attribute here that is a placeholder. I will write here enter user name. Save this thing, refresh this thing, enter username will become here. If I write anything, that will be gone. That is called as the placeholder. Same like that, we will write here for the password as well. Copy this thing and simple paste it here. That is the placeholder, and here I will write that is the password. Save this thing, refresh this thing. I have to save again. Okay. I have to refresh this again. Okay. Password is also coming here. Username is also coming here. Now, if I click on submit button, the thing is happening here. So we have to do something, right? If I hit on the submit button, our servlet have to access. Now for that we have to create a servlet as well, right? But we don't have created any servlet here. So for that we will create a servlet here. We will come here. I will create a servlet inside this one. New, and here I will create a sorry, not annotation. I will right click and I will new, and I will create a class here. And I will write here login servlet. Okay, simple I'm writing here login servlet. Anything, any name you can give. Login servlet I have created, and inside that what I am doing, simple I will create a servlet. So I'm writing here extends with the help of HTTP servlet we will try to create, because we have created with the help of servlet interface as well, and we have created with the help of HTTP servlet as well. So I will try to create with the help of HTTP servlet, and here I will try to override one method, that is a do get method. And remember one thing, by default it will serve only the get request. Okay, by default it will serve the get request, so you have to use the do get method. If you use here do method by default, so it will give you the error. Okay, what is this means I will tell you later. So simple, I have created one overrided one method, that is a do get method. Okay, we are creating a servlet. We are try to fetching the data from this form to our servlet. Okay, for that we will what we will write here. Okay, we have created one form here. This form we have created. Now I want to paste this form data into our servlet. So how we will paste that? So for that we have this request object. The request only, suppose I will send the data from here. Okay, sending the data from here means what is happening, I am sending the request to the server. Whatever I am sending, whatever data I am writing, and if I hit on the submit button, I'm sending the request to the server. Okay, I'm sending the request to the server. That is the username, that is the password. If this is okay, you can proceed there. Right? I'm sending the request to the user. So inside this request user, all the things will be present. Whatever things we have inside this form, all the things are present. With the help of this request object only, we will try to get that thing. So request dot get attribute method is there. With the help of this method, we can get the things of this form. Okay, with the help of this method, we can get this form, whatever things we have here inside the login form, we can get these things from with the help of this get attribute method. Now, what we need to write here? I will remove this thing. Get attribute method is there. So what we need to write here? We have to write string and the argument. Inside that, whatever name we have mentioned here, whatever name we have mentioned here inside this input field, suppose I want this username data. Suppose I want it right here. I'm writing here, that is this thing I want into my servlet. So what we will do? This will be indirectly stored with the help of this in the name. Indirectly stored means just consider that it is storing into this name. We can get this with the help of this name only. Whatever things we are writing inside this username, we can get with the help of this username. What we'll do, simple copy this username from here, copy this name, whatever name we are writing, copy this thing, come here, and inside the double quote you have to write that username. Simple. Okay, and we have to store somewhere. So which value we are getting here? That is a string type of value. So we will come here and we'll write here that is it is a string type of value. String, and suppose I'm writing here that is the user name. Okay, simple I'm writing here that is the username. 1 minute, give it some here. No worries, 1 minute. I think we made some mistake here. Okay, so request dot get attribute. Okay, and here we will get that name, that is the whatever name we have given here. We will get that name here. We are getting into the output string username. We don't have to get into the object. Okay, we'll do this thing. Request dot get attribute. Sorry. Request dot get parameter. Sorry. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'm using the get attribute method. We have to use the get parameter method. Okay, here simple we have to write here the name, that is the username. Thank you, Murli bro. Okay, so you have to use this method, and with the help of this get parameter methods, we are getting the parameter of this form into our servlet now. Okay, now this username will be stored into this username variable. Now another thing we have, that is the password. So simple we will write here request dot get parameter. Okay, and inside that we will write here whatever things we wrote inside the index.html. We have created the form, the same name, whatever name we have right here, so same name we will get it here as well. We will write it here and we will store it somewhere inside the pass. Okay, whatever username we will enter into this login form, that is will be stored into this username, and whatever password we will enter here, this password will be stored into this password now. Okay, and now I want to show this password and username into our browser. For that, what we will use? Okay, so yesterday I told you if we want to write anything on the browser, so for that we have the one method, that is the getWriter method, and getWriter method will return the object of the print writer, and with the help of this print writer we can write it anything on the browser. I will write here simply print. Okay, and anything you can write it here. Simple I'm writing here username, and here I'm writing plus, and here I'm writing that is the username again. Okay, and same like that I will write here pw.print. I will write here print ln because I want into the next line. Same thing we will write it here as well. That is the password. Okay, and here we will write again that is the password. Okay, whatever things we will write it here, we will get it here. There is the first username we will get it. The username we will store it here, and username I am printing here only. Okay. Same like that. Password I'm getting from the form and I'm storing into this password variable, and we are printing on this console. We are storing onto the browser. Now for that, if you want to access this servlet, we want some URL. So how we will access this servlet? So with the help of web servlet, we can access it directly. So I will write web servlet. Inside the double quote, we will write anything. So suppose I want this time that is the triple A. So I'm writing this URL of this servlet is the triple A. Okay, URL of this servlet is triple A. Whenever I hit this URL, our this servlet will be accessed here. Okay, our this servlet will be accessed here. Now what we will do here? Now we will come here again inside that. Now whenever I hit the submit button, my servlet has to access. So for that, what we will do? Inside the form, we have this action attribute here. Inside the action attribute, we have to provide our URL. Which is our URL here? See, which is our URL? There is it triple A. I will copy this thing from here. I will come here and I will paste it here simply. Whenever I hit the submit button, that time our this URL will be accessed. Now if you come here and if I run this project from here, right click, this run this project, run on the server, start the server. Okay, now we are getting our form here. Suppose I'm entering any username from here. So I'm writing here username 2234. Okay, and here I'm writing any password like, okay, I'm writing here the password as well. Okay, so suppose I'm writing here another password. Okay, if I click enter on the submit button, that time what we need to do, the login servlet has to access now. So if I click on the submit button, okay, username we are getting here, password pass at the rate 123 I have entered here, so that is also we are getting, and this thing only we wrote inside this servlet. So we are able to access our servlet with the help of this login form as well. Okay. Whatever things we have inside this form, we are able to paste it into our servlet. Okay. I will write here suppose username is, and here I am writing that is the password because it is looking same like that thing. I will come here, I will replace these things from here. I will write again the password, and if I write again password here, and if I hit submit button, username is my and password is this looking like that. Okay, this type we can paste the data from our index.html file, or from our form to our servlet. This type we can paste the form. We have to use only one method here. There is a request.get parameter. With the help of this method, we can get the parameter of this form into our servlet. Okay, and which name we have to use? Whatever name we have provided into this input field, we can get the data of this input field into our servlet now. Okay, and we are storing into this variable, and we are simply printing this variable. Okay, now I have used here the do get method. I didn't put any method here, so you can mention here another attribute. There is a method, and you can write the method name as well here. There is a get method I am using here this time, and if I serve this request, so it will be said serve the request for the get method only. Okay, serve the request for the get method only. If I whatever things I'm writing here, suppose I'm writing here 1 2 3 4 5 6, and here I'm writing anything, any password, that is the hello I'm writing here inside the password, and if I click on the submit button, see, username is visible here and password is also visible here. Username and password is also visible here. If you are using get or this some encryption or some, suppose if you are using the uh, get method for some sensitive information, don't use this get method because get is not secure. It will show all the information into the URL bar. Okay, into your URL bar it will be show all the information. And if you want to send more data, lots of data if you want to share, so don't use this get method because it is used for the only limited type of data. Okay, it will not carry more data, lots of data it will not carry. If you want to carry the more data, and if you want the security as well, so for that what you will use? For that what you will use, so we have another method here, that is the post method. Now we have a get method, we have mentioned here the get, and suppose I am writing here the post method. Okay, simple, I will write here post. Now can will get our result, can will get our results, we will come here, I will replace these things from here, and I will write here simple pass enter username, and I will pass right here the password something. If I click on submit, we are getting here the error. It is a method not allowed because we have mentioned here inside the form, we have mentioned here the get, and here we are mentioning here the post. If you are mentioning here the get inside the HTML forms, here inside the product also you have to use get method only. Okay, sorry. If you are mentioning here the post method, here also you have to mention the post method as well. That is do post. If you are mentioning here the get, do get you have to use. If you are mentioning here the post, do post you have to use here. Okay. Now I use here the do post. Here also we have to use the method as a post only. Now if I come here, if I refresh these things, if I come back, if I refresh these things, now if I come here and if I write anything here, what I'm writing here the password. If I run this click on the submit button, now we are getting the result, but nothing is showing on this URL bar. Nothing is showing in the URL bar because we are using here the post method. Post method is more secure. If you want to send the lots of data or more data, if you want to send, that time post method is mostly used. And this, both the methods are mostly used. That is the get and the post method. Okay, get and the post method we are using for the most of the time. Okay, so this is the thing for the all the servlet. This type we can fetch our data from our HTML form or from our form to our servlet. That is the Java servlet. And this type we can map our servlet with our request with the help of accurate web servlet as well. It's easy part only. If you want to if you want to create this servlet, different servlet, if you want to create, you can create by yourself as well. Okay. So anyone have any issues till now? Anyone have any issues? No? Okay. So that is the thing for the all the servlets. So till we have to learn the servlet till it will be useful. And now another advanced concept of the servlet that you will able to learn into the AEM, that is the Sling servlet. Inside that also this means that is AEM is also that is the Java based tool, right? Whatever things we have learned inside the Java servlet, that thing only it will become into the Sling servlet as well. Okay, if you want to learn the advanced concept, you will be able to learn that concept into the AEM as well. And you will able to learn the servlet again into the EM as well. Okay, there mostly if you know these things, then it is useful into the EM. If you don't know this thing, it will be difficult for you into the EM as well. Okay, try to learn anything. Try to learn the servlet very well into the Java only. Try to learn whole Java into very well into the means very well in the Java only. If you know this Java, then you will able to then you will be able to learn the EM very quickly. And about the 2D array, I will tell you that things into the Monday's class. I will connect you only. I will take the online class and I will explain you all the 2D arrays. Okay, so that is the thing for the today's guys. Anyone have any issues? Anyone have any issues? Okay. So that is the thing for the today guys, and on the Monday I will take the last class, means all the things are completed, only today array is pending. So till now we have to learn these things. Okay, till servlet we have to learn, till here we have to learn these things. Now just prepare all the things and you have an interview after the Thursday. Okay, after the Thursday we will take the interview. On the Thursday only we will take the interview. So you have 4 to 5, you have 6 days. Since into the 6 days you have to prepare all the things. Okay, best of luck guys, and please be ready for the interview, and whatever assignment I told you, you have to submit on the group. Okay, that is the thing for today guys. Bye guys, we will meet on the Monday. Okay.